No exaggeration to say that if your decontamination unit is shut down, it would stop surgery. There would be no surgery in an acute trust. So that is how important decontamination is to patient care.
I think that they don't think it's technical. I think, they just think we're washing knife, fork and spoons. They don't realise the science behind it. And there was a patient that needed an halo fitted, and the doctor didn't know how to assemble it because we had to disassemble it so it would make sure that it was washing everything. And I had to run over to one of the theatres and show the consultant how to assemble this device. And then before he kicked off, fancy doing this, and I said, well, if we didn't do that, then it wouldn't be cleaned and you wouldn't be able to use it anyway. And then after I told him how it gets used, where it goes on the anatomy, and he went, oh, crikey, you know your stuff, don't you? So, well, yeah, I do. Thank you very much.
Sharon actually introduced me to my wife through that community.
And I also introduced other people to their wives in the industry as well. There you go.
You could get to a point like Sharon where you're literally going around the world representing the UK, UK decontamination on a world forum.
I know 700 people, all nurses. They all want to be like the UK. They think the UK is at the top with regards to standards, training, development. They were, in America, bless the cotton socks, they're still hand washing surgical instrumentation, let me tell you.
And there's a lot of people that get into decontamination with no real qualifications, but end up like Sharon and I both. I started with no qualifications, and I think Sharon did as well. We're both sitting here with master's degrees now that we've done through decontamination. Firstly, it's the biggest decontamination event that we have in the UK.
And at the end of my report, she just said, Sharon, can I thank you and your team for making devices safe for our patients? And I was like, oh God, thank you. And that was a real proud moment I told all the team about. So, because it's not a Sharon Fox show, it's a team effort.
I've had two members of staff over the years. One of them, she came to work for me as a band 4 supervisor, and I mentored her through her career. And now she's the general manager of a private sterile services in the south. And and I've got a lady over at Nottingham. She came from HR. She knew when I started, she self-admitted, she says, I knew nothing about decontamination, the science. I was a staff manager. Now she's going to decontamination committees, she's coming to branches, and she's holding her own and having that scientific discussion about decontamination. And she says that came from the support that I gave her. So those two individuals, they are my proudest achievements.
So big thank you to Rob and Sharon for joining me today and sharing those insights into the vital work happening both across the decon world in the NHS and also in the IDSC as well.